Welcome, everyone. Please be seated. Dean Rozelle, Ms. Woodruff, Delegate Maldonado, distinguished guests, graduates, families, and friends, welcome to the degree celebration honoring the class of 2022 at the Schar School of Policy and Government. I present Dean Mark Rozelle of the Schar School.
Good afternoon, everyone. Welcome to the degree celebration of George Mason University's Schar School of Policy and Government. By virtue of you being here in this arena, surrounded by classmates, professors, family members, and friends who have shared your journey, I can safely say you made it. Congratulations to you all. I know it wasn't easy, but because of the hard work you invested in the degree and in your effort, you've earned your degree and all that comes with it in the future. Never forget that. Along with your new degree, you become members of a new family. You become alumni of the Schar School of Policy and Government, the largest school of its kind in the region, with an alumni chapter that boasts more than 16,000 members. And that's a very vast support system, a large and well-connected resource that you can call on as needed as you navigate the future. We sincerely hope you remain connected to the Schar School through your new family. But let us focus on today. During the course of every year, there are many achievements and accomplishments in our school. Faculty members publish books, groundbreaking articles, they testify before Congress, they advise governments and international institutions, and they receive major grants. But as proud as we are of our faculty's achievements, it is you, our highly accomplished graduating class, of which we are the most proud. And it is you who truly embody this school, its mission, its aspiration to make this a better world. We need you now more than ever. We are honored to have with us today a guest who shares the school's vision of a better world and has dedicated her professional life to this vision, Judy Woodruff. Judy is anchor and managing editor of PBS NewsHour, the long-running national program that calls on her more than 4 decades of experience. Previously, she served as the White House correspondent for NBC News, followed by a stint as chief Washington correspondent for NBC's Today Show. She joined PBS as chief Washington correspondent for the McNeil-Lehrer NewsHour and anchored PBS's award-winning documentary series, Frontline with Judy Woodruff. After moving to CNN in 1993, she served as an anchor and senior correspondent, anchoring the weekly program Inside Politics, and after returning to NewsHour, she and Gwen Ifill were named the first 2 women to co-anchor a national news broadcast in 2013. The recipient of more than 25 honorary degrees and numerous awards, she is also the author of This is Judy Woodruff at the White House, published in 1982. It is my privilege to introduce our distinguished guest and degree celebration speaker, Judy Woodruff. Judy?
Thank you, Dean Rozelle. I am incredibly moved to be with all of you on this day. To you, Dean Rozelle, to the faculty, to the administrators of the Schar School, to all distinguished guests, to parents, families, significant others, and friends of the undergraduate and graduate classes of 2022, congratulations. And let me say it again, congratulations! What a journey you have been on these past 3 or 4 or however many years you've been working to earn this precious degree. The fact that you are here today means that you have persevered through some of the most challenging times this country has been through in a very long time. There has been a historic pandemic, which is still with us, a roller coaster economy with jobs disappearing and reappearing almost Houdini-like, and with rising prices that have made a routine trip to the grocery store a reason to check our bank balance, political polarization that has Americans nearly at each other's throats, Russia has attacked Ukraine, and the planet's climate is deteriorating before our eyes. And last but not least, if you're an undergraduate, there's been Government 300. But I am told that each one of you, if you're earning a bachelor's, has passed it, so you are clearly ready to face the world. It is such an honor to be here to celebrate with you and to salute the extraordinary work that has led to this day. I hope that each and every one of you is swelling with pride at what you've accomplished. I am sure that your loved ones are. Many of you are the first in your family to graduate from college, and I can tell you, since I was the first in mine, there is hardly anything more gratifying in the eyes of parents, grandparents, or other close family than to watch you cross this stage this afternoon. There will be tears, and understandably so. So this is a day to recognize your achievement, to appreciate the adversities you've overcome, to pat you on the back, and to give you a hug. It's also a day to think about the enormous potential you have, each one of you, to make a difference in the world. And I want that to be my main message to you. The reason I know what promise you have is that I've not only read about you, I spoke on the telephone this week with some of you to try to understand the connection you have to George Mason and to the Schar School. I was blown away. Molly Reed came here in the fall of 2018 from Dallas, Texas, to study political science and think about law school. She told me at Schar, you get out of this school what you put in, and how she was shocked at how many faculty members put massive time and energy into shaping an individualized experience for each student. The professors make the school, she said, and one she credits is Jennifer Victor, who gave her a chance to be a research assistant and later oversaw her honors work. Like so many of you, because of the pandemic, Molly went back home, in her case to Texas, for an entire year to study virtually. The isolation was really hard, but she says the experience has made all of you more resilient and more adaptable. She says even though it has also caused many of you to lose a lot of your optimism, it has done so in a way that will push you to try to make the country a better place. She told me it allows us to take our feelings and put them toward something positive, toward research, in her case, toward why it has been so hard to pass reasonable gun legislation. John Diaz has known about George Mason since he was in the 8th grade. The son of immigrants from the Dominican Republic and Spain, he was recruited in middle school to join a program for first-generation students with college potential, a program that offered tutoring, SAT prep, and other activities. If you didn't show up for tutoring sessions, he says, they'd come after you until you did. He came to Mason from New York as a freshman 17 years ago, made great friends, but then, as he put it, life happened. He put college on the back burner. He found a job in IT. He worked his way up the IT ladder. He's earned many certificates. He's moved to cybersecurity and now cyber engineering. And he realized with the pandemic that the Schar School offered him a chance to go back and finish his degree. So for the last 2 years, he's taken 2 courses a semester while working full-time at his paid job. He's majoring in government and international politics, so maybe there's a career change down the road. Meantime, John has stayed in touch with the guy friends he made a decade and a half ago, going to weddings, baby showers. He says, we've seen each other grow up. And then there's Laura Thorne, earning her Master of Public Policy degree today. She's from Western Pennsylvania, what she calls the Rust Belt. And after undergraduate, she came to Washington for a job. After 6 years in working in an organization devoted to individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities, she decided to pursue a graduate degree, which meant classes on weekends and nights. But with the salary from a nonprofit agency, as we know, there are limits. She couldn't praise Mason or Schar more highly. They made it clear, she said, that this is a school for everybody. They meet you where you are. They provide a good education at an affordable price. Mason does all they can to support people while they're here. They go out of their way to make programs flexible and multiple time slots, so you never have to choose between school and work. They know you can't get here for an exam in a classroom at 2 o'clock in the afternoon on a weekday. She says that is what allows students who work in the nonprofit sector, which is her passion, to continue their work. She wants to stay to work in advocacy and analysis, and prompted by this pandemic, she says she's really into issues around equity broadly and people with disabilities, people of color, or the indigenous. She told me if there was ever a moment when I asked if I could keep up this work and school routine, it is no more. Seeing everything the past few years has made this a calling. The country needs dedicated people to address its multiple inequities. You cannot come away from a conversation with Molly, John, or Laura, or I'm sure any one of you, and not have hope about the future of this nation. And that hope and the roll-up-your-sleeves attitude is sorely needed, because there's no shortage of challenges for you to tackle going forward from 2022, no matter what career path you choose. Most immediately, the pandemic. Beyond the health crisis itself, the educational disruption it's wrought for so many. Out of over 2.5 million American students who started college in the fall of 2019, a quarter of them, roughly 680,000, didn't come back to school the next year. Overseas, it's far worse. In low and middle-income countries, learning losses to school closures have left up to 70% of 10-year-olds unable to read or understand a simple text, up from about half before the pandemic. We can only imagine what that means for the future of our globally connected world. You who've been able to keep up your education are blessed. Then there are the mental health problems it has highlighted and worsened, the isolation people have experienced, the rise in alcohol abuse, and in 2020, the highest number of drug overdose deaths recorded in 1 year. Just as disturbing, the inequities in health care and economic circumstances that the pandemic has exposed, the yawning gap between medical care available to the well-off and to those with less. And so much of that, we know, is along color lines. People who succumbed to COVID were disproportionately Native American, Alaska Natives, Black, or Hispanic. And connected to that, the economy. Those who had to keep showing up at work, public-facing jobs before there was a vaccine, or people who lost their jobs altogether. The racism that still exists barely beneath the surface of so much in American life, one of the great challenges of our time. Horribly, we saw it again this week in Buffalo, New York. Climate change. My generation has failed in addressing this. We are passing it off to yours. It may well be the issue that defines your lives and the lives of your children. And finally, and so important for you graduating from this School of Policy and Government, political polarization. We are now seen as two nations, not one. We are Red America and Blue America. One gets news and information from one place and views everything else as suspect and untrustworthy. The other, the mirror image. I've covered vigorous political debates throughout my 5 decades as a reporter over taxes, welfare, guns, where to send American troops abroad, everything in between. And for the most part, the other side was seen as the adversary. Today, the other side is seen as the enemy, sometimes even un-American. Thank God we have a Constitution that ensures we Americans can have these debates, even in this polarized environment, over where to spend our tax dollars, over immigration, and as we're all watching right now, thanks to the new makeup of the Supreme Court, over abortion rights. So much of the rest of the world, by contrast, throws its citizens in jail if they dare to disagree or even raise a question of their authoritarian leaders. So we are blessed as a country, but I don't believe that this worsening division makes us stronger. I am looking to you, to each one of you, to your generation, to provide the leadership, the principled leadership that will find ways to tear down the walls of distrust that separate us as Americans, that will reject lies about presidential elections and every other sort of lie, and that you will seek to understand why many Americans feel politically alienated and eager to embrace beliefs that have no basis in fact, and that will have the courage to lead us through this. We need leaders and we need confident citizens who are prepared to support and follow those leaders, who are going to lead us to a place where we can respect our many differences, work towards solutions, and always, always value truth as best as we can discern it. You are certainly prepared to do that with your great education at George Mason and the Schar School. I urge you to build on that foundation by continuing to seek out sources of information you know to be grounded in fact. Maybe even take a look at the PBS NewsHour. Parochially, she said. Online, on air, via YouTube, and in just about any entity you can think of and via any device you carry. But 2 final bits of advice from someone who's much older than you. You will experience setbacks, even failures, but learn from them. Do not be discouraged. Get yourself up and start all over again. Don't give up. And 2, continue to spend time with people who are different from you. Seek out people who are not in your circle. They'll bring different experiences. Maybe they need a friend. I am confident that each one of you has the ability and the determination to make a difference in the world. We are counting on you. Congratulations. Thank you.
Well, Judy, thank you very much for that. And as a token of appreciation on behalf of the Schar School in Policy and Government, we want to give you this token of appreciation for joining us today. Thank you.
Dean Rozelle, we now present awards for contributions from significant contributions for faculty from the school.
Thank you, Bonnie. The Don Lavoie Teaching Award is given in memory of our former colleague. This annual award to a Schar faculty member is based on student assessment for overall teaching performance. It is my pleasure to present this year's Teaching Award to Dr. Michael Hunsaker. You know this already. Mike is an engaging and challenging teacher. No, you stay right here, man. And mentor to undergraduate and graduate students. He has provided invaluable opportunities for his students to support research and learn how academic work impacts the policy world. His passion for teaching international relations theory and international security courses inspires our students and has made the field of security studies one of the most popular in the Schar School. He works his classes hard, but teaches with humor and compassion. Students leave his courses with a lasting enthusiasm for the subject and for their professor. I am delighted to honor Dr. Michael Hunsaker with this year's Teaching Award. Mike. The Outstanding Scholar Award is given in recognition of a faculty member who has demonstrated significant scholarly contributions over the past year. It is my pleasure to present this year's Outstanding Scholar Award to Dr. J.P. Singh. JP's many accomplishments this academic year include being named a Distinguished Scholar by the International Studies Association. He also earned prestigious grants, including $1.4 million from the Department of Defense's Minerva Research Institute for his work on cultural, economic, and institutional factors behind artificial intelligence infrastructures, and a grant from the British Council for exploring the cultural relations approach and cultural relations value of the Cultural Protection Fund. Beyond those accomplishments, our honoree particularly champions our international scholars and serves as a beloved mentor to doctoral students. I am delighted to honor Dr. J.P. Singh with this year's Outstanding Scholar Award. J.P., congratulations. It is now my privilege to present the Schar School of Policy and Government's Dean's Service Award, which recognizes the outstanding contributions of members of the faculty or staff for their service to the school. It is with great pleasure that I present this year's Dean's Service Award to the Undergraduate Learning Community Team, Ms. Gretchen Curry, Undergraduate Programs Manager, I think you can all come up one at a time, yeah. Dr. Heba El-Shazli, the Faculty Director. Faculty Director of the Undergraduate Research Community. Dr. Peter Mandeville, the Faculty Director. Thank you, Peter. And Peter's the Director of the Democracy Lab, and Dr. Eric McGlinchey, the Faculty Director of the International Relations Task Force. This is great. This year's recipients were instrumental in the launch of the inaugural year for our 3 undergraduate learning communities, a distinguished feature of the Schar School undergraduate experience. Our learning communities foster a sense of belonging and enhance our students' educational journey. The learning communities provide students hands-on opportunities to deepen their understanding of today's most pressing issues, engage with community experts and peers who share their passions, and build lifelong personal and professional connections. I am delighted to honor Gretchen Curry, Heba El-Shazli, Peter Mandeville, and Eric McGlinchey with this year's Dean's Service Award for their outstanding contributions to the Schar School student experience. Congratulations. The Schar School of Policy and Government Lifetime Achievement Award is presented to an individual whose extraordinary contributions over the course of a career have made a significant impact on our school and beyond. It is my pleasure to present this year's Lifetime Achievement Award to Dr. Daniel Druckmann. Now, a little bit about my colleague. Dan is forever engaged in the process of discovery, always eager to learn, an expert in international negotiation, peacekeeping, we need you now, nationalism, political psychology, and robotic mediation. He played a role in bringing the Soviets back to the arms control table in the mid-1980s and worked with the chief U.S. negotiator on a strategy for conventional troop reductions in Europe in the late 1970s. Most recently, he published a proposal with a colleague to negotiate an end to the Russian invasion of Ukraine. While working at research institutes, consulting firms, the National Research Council, or as a faculty member on several university faculties around the world, Dan published a multitude of influential articles, books, and policy briefs, as well as invited lectures and keynote addresses. His 2016 Annual Review of Psychology chapter with Lynn Wagner is a sweeping integration of the substantial literature on justice and negotiation. In addition to being an accomplished academic, Dan is helping to build the next generation of scholars by establishing a scholarship fund for Schar School students. Since 2018, the Daniel Druckmann Fellowship has supported 6 graduate students by providing funds for independent research in areas such as inter- and intra-national conflicts, conflict resolution, political psychology and international relations, and peace studies. And Dan has received many accolades, including the 1995 Otto Kleinberg Award for Intercultural and International Relations, the 1998 George Mason University Teaching Excellence Award, and the 2003 Lifetime Achievement Award and 2018 Rubin Theory of Practice Award from the International Association for Conflict Management, as well as several book and article awards. It is my absolute honor to present the 2022 Lifetime Achievement Award to Professor Dan Druckmann. Dan, congratulations.
Thank you, Dean Rozelle. At an earlier ceremony today, we proudly recognized students for outstanding achievement. We ask that the awardees please stand when I call your names. Excuse me one sec, I just want to get my pronunciation page up. So, William Snyder. Sophia Lamrisi Garcia. Laura Thorne. Lisette Tolentino. Alan Jaffragitz. Aditi Goyal. Bianca Nelson. Sophia Lutz. Natalia Kanos. Hungjan Kim. Shafuk Nassim. Aaron Stuvland. Menhao Lee. Congratulations to these outstanding graduates. We applaud you all, and now we recognize Freddie Mitchell, an integral part of our Schar School Alumni chapter. He will present you, our graduates, with the Schar Alumni pin after each of you crosses the stage and receives your scroll. I'd like to invite Freddie to the podium.
Good afternoon. Thank you, Dean Stabile, Dean Rozelle, esteemed faculty, and guests. My name is Freddie Mitchell, and I'm honored to be addressing our graduates today. I graduated from George Mason University with a bachelor's in history in 2008, and also a master's in public policy from the Schar School of Policy and Government in 2017. I always say I'm indebted to Mason for life, and when I say that, I mean many things. I serve on the Schar School's Alumni Board. The goals and purposes of the board include serving as a source of information and mentoring for current students, as well as sponsoring social and networking events. We aim to support, advance, and strengthen the value of all Schar degree and certificate programs. As alumni, in the next few moments, the Schar School of Policy and Government Alumni Chapter invites all of you to participate in future activities, and we look forward to your future participation, and I won't charge you. Look, I only graduated from Schar 5 years ago, which means I walked the same hallways as you did, sat in the same classes, and even ate the same late-night pizza from 7-Eleven right down the street after class let out at 10 p.m. I also sat in those exact same chairs looking at this exact same podium 5 years ago. I say all that because I know firsthand just how hard you all worked and how much you sacrificed to get here. And for that, you deserve all the recognition and accolades of this day. But this appreciation not only extends to you. I would also like to recognize the parents, children, significant others, and family members who supported all of you through these last few years. You all played a significant role in these achievements as well. Please give yourselves a round of applause. I'm actually very particularly inspired by this group. Many of you accomplished these achievements while working full-time and adapting like no other time before. Many of you accomplished these achievements while raising your families. And many of you, unfortunately, accomplished these achievements while losing family members. And yet, in spite of these obstacles, here you sit. You represent the essence of perseverance. I don't need to tell you what you already know. You are leaders. There's nothing you cannot accomplish. You are battle-tested. Regardless of your paths, your journey has led you here. It's time to rejoice and reflect, but not yet relax. Now is the time to reignite the torch for your new journeys ahead. I'd like to close by leaving just a few or 3 lessons or so that I've learned since I've sat in those seats just 5 years ago. 1, follow your own values and live up to your own expectations. Aligning your career goals with your personal values will always put you in a position to succeed. 2, embrace change. Change is the foundation of growth, both personally and professionally. And you'd be amazed by how much you're willing to grow and that you can grow when you're willing to adapt to change. 3, and possibly most important, mistakes are necessary. No matter how big or small, mistakes will happen. Acknowledge them. Learn from them. This is an invaluable skill set that many take a lifetime to learn, and most never do. Lastly, I want you all to genuinely know this is worth it. This is not just a piece of paper that symbolizes a prerequisite amount of credits. It is a gateway, a roadmap, a key to more success. Your graduate degrees can unlock and open doors you never thought were available to you before. Your degrees exemplify your work ethic, your craft, and intellect. And it's from George Mason. You can clap, it's okay. This is truly a distinguished honor. Congratulations to all of you on your magnificent accomplishment.
Thanks so much, Freddie. Before we begin the recognition of graduates, we kindly ask that you hold your applause until all graduates have been announced. So now, would all candidates receiving bachelor's degrees please come forward? Dean Rozelle, I present Dr. Heba El-Shazli, representing the faculty of the Bachelor of Arts in Government and International Politics. Dean Rozelle, I have the honor to present those graduates who will receive the Bachelor of Arts in Government and International Politics inasmuch as they have met the requirements for the degree. Aisha Karim. Caroline Debray. Diane Cruz Alvarado. May Kadau. Dima Kasem. Jacqueline Nannery. Michael Polantos. Lillian Plesga. Justin Cederholm. Leo Luck. Burke Donmez. Mian Gandour. Nadine Azar. Hashmet Ullah Rafiqzad. Saif Al-Adham. Vikram Iyer. Mekdalawit Tydros. Sarah Gabrangas. Sore Hassan Izini. Isha Jadhav. Trinity McDonald. Tomer Dennehy. Barbara Ann Montgomery. Rose Cantat. Benjamin Becken. Thank you. Nicholas Robichaud. Brandon Freja. Philip Dotson. Alan Bong. Hannah McGowan. Yaslin Mercado Marquez. Rihanna Tark. Trey Lumpkin. Vincent Scott Wright. Omar Ocasio. Cindy Escobar. Kevin Alvarez. Gabriel Cuempo. Liana Brown. Emma Karajnan. Sydney Kostolnik. Reagan Larimer. Chad Karen. Alexandra Steckschulte. Walter Ehler Jr. Daniel Comstock. Alan Palawan Zamyar. Jeremy Pagnotti. Nathan Johnson. Julio Blas. William McLaughlin. Abner Gonzalez Santiago. Gerson Gonzalez Lopez. Kathleen Luna Leon. Amanda Sinues. Abigail Rivas. Michael Graves. Evan Aguiar. Ricardo Patera. Kimberly Posada. Nadine Masad. Samuel Strathman. Sean Cully. Anastasia Schroeder. John Diaz. Rigo Grande. Ashley Zecca. Yasmin Ainchu. Bola Park. Theodore DeBook. Olga Diupina. Nicholas Sheets. Sarah Turef. Sadi Al-Nurin. Taiba Malik. Mark Dubin Ramos. Christopher Kim. Jacob Chamness. Connor Swan. Saif Al-Shamsi. Hamad Al-Kabi. Morgan Yardis. Maria Falzerano. Jasmine Tawick. Kafia Hivid. Aram Zafar. Jacob Zontin. Jillian Hopp. Stuart Loomis. Richard Landis. Matthew Hanks. Julian Fisher. Jack Seraph. Hossein Koshal. Nastaho Hamed. Leslie Morales. Elijah Nichols. Lena Tate. Nanaya Obeng. Nana B. Ajimin. Adam Ajirani. Ann Potter. Wahrud Rayon. Suleiman Al-Sulayan. Anur Ujala. Natalia Canos. Maria Paula Hernandez. Molly Reed. Brandon Starks. Veronica Mata. Rhea Saror. Zaria Shields. Runlin Zhang. Michelle Chavez. Riley Campbell. Dadyar Gassemi Dekurdi. Latoya Portzelt. Fatima Iftikhar. Faiza Islam. Julia McCombs. Rabia Ahmad. Sede Afrasa. Isabella Delazio. Logan Hoover. Matthew Kennedy. Sandy Shafiq. Darlin Fabiola Gutierrez. Amnia Hassan. Dean Rozelle, I present Dr. Heba El-Shazli, representing the faculty of the Bachelor of Science in Public Administration. Dean Rozelle, I have the honor to present those graduates who will receive the Bachelor of Science in Public Administration inasmuch as they have met the requirements for the degree. Will the candidates please come forward? Evan Botsky. Ransom Fox. Aditi Goel. Noah Graham. Zachary Hartkey. Alexis Hill. Kenneth Mollis. Elliot Phillips. Grace Rigby. Giancarlos Roma Morel. Ambika Singh. Ruddy Tapia. Taylor Wilson. Will all candidates receiving master's degrees come forward? You can go ahead and announce. Dean Rozelle, I present Dr. Gregory Koblentz, representing the faculty of the Master of Science in Biodefense. Dean Rozelle, I have the honor to present those graduates who will receive the Master of Science in Biodefense inasmuch as they have met the requirements for the degree. Will the candidates please come forward? Sophia Lambrisi Garissi. Alexandria Tepper. Aurelie Berisha. Ashley Kegley. Kai McLemore. Chelan Vu. Dee Dee Bowers. Malia Beecheroff. Dean Rozelle, I present Dr. Kenneth Reinert, representing the faculty of the Master of Arts in International Commerce and Policy. Dean Rozelle, I have the honor to present those graduates who will receive the Master of Arts in International Commerce and Policy, inasmuch as they have met the requirements for the degree. Will the candidates please come forward? Wesson Bekaloo. Renatu Wankoy. Lisette Tolentino. Cecilia Lee. Matthew Boyer. Christian Pafford. Dylan Steele. Patrick Burke. Megan Davis. Humza Hooper. Jonathan Sager. Desiree Loriano. Meishing Cheng. Roberto Gonzalez. Dean Rozelle, I present Professor Ellen Lapson, representing the faculty of the Master of Arts in International Security. Dean Rozelle, I have the honor to present those graduates who will receive the Master of Arts in International Security, inasmuch as they have met the requirements for the degree. Will the candidates please come forward? Michael Manguez. Stephen Rill. Elizabeth Arnold. Ryan Siako. Matthew Cox. Kayla Keener. Zachary Muller. Sneh Cassett. James Farnham. Dean Hartkey. Chanel Shorewood. Alan Willis. Peter Nash. Christopher Byron. Vladimir Semizhonov. Joseph Ross. Sophie Lutz. Caitlin Harrington. Heidi Johnson. Olivia Russ. Sarah Erickson. Lydia Schubarth. Jennifer Swint. Isabel Rustum. Tatiana Pushnig. Gabriella Boucher. Annalise Saponara. Christopher Allen. Jason Katanak. Lawrence Meekum. Dana Krieger. Louis Votman. Dean Rozelle, I present Dr. Tojo Thatchenkari. Representing the faculty of the Master of Science in Organization Development and Knowledge Management. Dean Rozelle, I have the honor to present the very excited students, graduates, who will receive the Master of Science in Organization Development and Knowledge Management inasmuch as they have met the requirements for the degree. Will the candidates please come forward? Lauren Epstein. Sarah Cole. Beza Ayello. Ashley Woodson. Melissa D'Angelo. Shannon Garner. Jordan Franklin. Carmen Linnell Wilson. Ezra Satter. Wanda Saunders Fraser. Jennifer Manise. Kimberly Reevy. Melissa Isaacs. Diana Shields. Marcia Rignieri. Sundeep Munde. Chris Holm. Lujane Alatabe. Dean Rozelle, I present Dr. Marieli Lopez Santana, representing the faculty of the Master of Arts in Political Science. Dean Rozelle, I have the honor to present those graduates who will receive the Master of Arts in Political Science inasmuch as they have met the requirements for the degree. Will the candidates please come forward? Alan Jaffarajits. Oh. Dean Rozelle, I present Dr. Jessica Turman, representing the faculty of the Master of Public Administration. Dean Rozelle, I have the honor to present those graduates who will receive the Master of Public Administration inasmuch as they have met the requirements for the degree. Will the candidates please come forward? Mujda Abdallah Karimi. Moira Jones. Nicole Kezel Valeza. Nicholas Stout. Cassandra Rondley. Bianca Nelson. Brianna Martin. Kevin Cronenfeld. Michelle Washington. Hunan Uwell. Karen Alvarado. Christina Floyd. Benjamin Caridi. Julia Eklund. Arnia Flores Monterosa. Soria Eth. Heidi Osorio Lazaro. Jared Mummert. Orlando Vicente Orga Molina. Marin Aboye. Caitlin Inslee. Taylor Lucas. Uchenna Nkonchor. Hannah Orlinda Bryce. Stephanie Oliver. Elizabeth Connors. Stephanie Beach.
Anna like frozen.
Ana Aguilar Reyes. Mariana Reyes. Daniel Papsui. Unma Edawen. Andrea Collins. Dean Rozelle, I present Dr. Lucas Nunez, representing the faculty of the Master of Public Policy. Dean Rozelle, I have the honor to present those graduates who will receive the Master of Public Policy inasmuch as they have met the requirements for the degree. Will the candidates please come forward? Aquila Ocean. Ryan Casey. Joshua Hurlbert. Jordan Bresnahan. Taylor Sinclair. Asiatu Swayre.
Thank you so much.
Hadia Abdul-Jalal. Maria Jose Mora Barbarosa. Emily Scherer. Nandi Shabazi. Morgan Muffet. Madison Watts. Caitlin Carpenter. Camden Layton. Michael Backus. Caleb Plott. Theodore Rockless. Alan Pinn. Meredith Wilson. Unzila Qureshi. Amanda Gonzalez. Beatriz Vargas. Maha Syed. Spencer Cylinder. Andrew Jacobson. Catherine Thompson. Ruth Verdeem. Kevin Wade. Dean Rozelle, I present Dr. Lori Schindler, representing the faculty of the Master of Arts in Transportation Policy, Operations, and Logistics. Dean Rozelle, I have the honor to present those graduates who will receive the Master of Arts in Transportation Policy, Operations, and Logistics, inasmuch as they have met the requirements for the degree. Will the candidates please come forward? Christopher Harlow. Jose Araujo. William Snyder. Would all candidates receiving doctoral degrees please come forward? Dean Rozelle, I present Dr. Gregory Koblenz, representing the faculty of the doctoral program in biodefense. Dean Rozelle, I have the honor to present those graduates who will receive the Doctor of Philosophy in Biodefense, inasmuch as they have met the requirements for the degree. Will the candidates please come forward? Mary Sproul. Dean Rozelle, I present Dr. Marieli Lopez Santana, representing the faculty of the doctoral program in political science. Dean Rozelle, I have the honor to present those graduates who will receive the Doctor of Philosophy in political science, inasmuch as they have met the requirements for the degree. Will candidates please come forward? Joe Petroselli. Lee Roberts. Aaron Stuvland. Dean Rozelle, I present Dr. John Earl, representing the faculty of the doctoral program in public policy. Dean Rozelle, I have the honor to present those graduates who will receive the Doctor of Philosophy in Public Policy, inasmuch as they have met the requirements for the degree. Will the candidates please come forward? John Gudgel. Elsa Tabat Khwaja. Menghao Lee. Mohammed Mehdi Nayabpour. All right, well, this concludes the recognition of degree candidates for the Schar School of Policy and Government. Congratulations, class of 2022. Ladies and gentlemen, after Dean Rozelle delivers his closing remarks, we will recess to the Schar March. We ask that you remain in place while the platform party marches from the stage. The faculty and graduates will follow them. Dean Rozelle.
To our degree candidates, congratulations. We are all very proud of your academic accomplishments, as are your family members and friends who are with you today. Will graduates please join me in recognizing those who stood by you while you were attending class, writing papers, studying for exams, and especially those who made it through the seemingly endless revisions of those dissertations. Graduates, we look forward to continuing our relationship with you as alumni as you move forward in your careers. As we look across the country and around the globe, we are faced with challenges that will test us all. Our hope and our trust is with each of you as individuals and as citizens of the world. As you leave us today, it is with our blessings and good wishes. Congratulations to the class of 2022.